like that.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell, by subscribe button as well. If you'd like to donate to the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast, you can do so by hitting that like button. You know what I'm saying? Also, you can go through our Cash App right there on the ticker, $ BJ Matthews. Again, $ BJ Matthews, or through our YouTube page. In the chat, you can, hit that bottom right-hand corner, and you can also donate that way with the super chat and super stickers. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday morning for some of y'all. We are back with the LA Clipper Talk. Y'all see my, playoff our way a couple years ago. This is my shirt. Went to the game, had a great time. And we do this every Saturday, man. The LA Clippers, weekly updates. I do this for all my Clipper people, my Clipper fans, people, supporters in the YouTube page, man. We do this to, keep the ball rolling and get y'all updates about the LA Clippers, man. So we got a lot of updates today. The Clippers have a game in about another hour and 15 minutes. They play up against the Brooklyn Nets in LA, so that should be a very good game between PG and KD. Y'all hit that like button when y'all come in here. So a number of things we need to talk about, man. First thing is first, the Clippers are on a winning streak, right? They are on a 5-game winning streak after being 2-4 just last week. I got on here and was very critical of my team. I spoke about Paul George not playing efficient. I spoke on them not playing as a team. I spoke of them having no energy. I even got on the medical staff in the Clipper organization about Kawhi Leonard. And since then, they have woken up and got the ball rolling. They're on a 5-game winning streak. They beat the Houston Rockets twice. They beat the San Antonio Spurs. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in a comeback win, which was very big on Monday. And they beat the Lakers on Wednesday, which is the 9th time in a row, and I think they're on a, I want to say 34-7 record or 33-7 record, something crazy like that in the last 10 seasons. So it's just been a whole massacre. This ain't even been a battle of LA. This has been the Clippers beating the hell out of the Lakers. And I'm pleased with what I'm seeing, but we need to see more when they keep having this ball rolling today when they play the Brooklyn Nets. Who's been struggling for the most part. Let's talk about the winning streak. So let's talk about how they was able to accomplish this. First off, I said the Clippers, they have to find an identity. They have to come out with energy. They have to come out there with defensive presence, focus, and determination. That's the first thing. Basketball, you don't have to be talented to be focused on detail and give out effort. You don't have to be talented. Anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? The commercial, even the caveman can do it. It doesn't matter who you are on the court. It doesn't matter your talent level. You can always control your effort and your focus, right? Passing, making good passes. You know what I'm saying? Boxing out on rebounds, playing good defense, help side defense, shooting good shots, all that good communication. That has nothing to do with your talent level. And if you're not doing that, there's no excuses for that. That's just game plan, and that's just, showing out effort. So that's the first thing I saw the Clippers in their 4 losses in a row against the Suns, the OKC Thunder twice, which we shouldn't have lost those 2 games, and then the last game we lost to them against the Pelicans. Those 4 losses we had in a row, we were not having no energy, no communication, no focus on detail, no defense, none of that stuff, and that's what I was very upset about. So I caught the Clippers out on that, so we changed that. And I also wanted to say that our role players actually weren't stepping up. I felt like Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell were in a slump. And I said to myself, after Kawhi and PG, those are our next scorers, right? When Kawhi and PG are struggling, this is when Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell has to step up. And they were not stepping up. They're in a shooting streak or a shooting slump. We've seen Reggie do this in the past where he has games where he just, goes 1 for, 10, or like 2 for 12, or like 3 for 14, like something crazy like that. He's going to keep shooting the ball. He's going to keep shooting. He's going to keep shooting. He's going to keep shooting. Now, they do say shooters shoot, right? But when you got as many weapons as the Clippers have, and you're not utilizing those weapons, you're pretty much a detrimental to the team. And your liability on defense. You're pretty much draining the team's energy out. Long rebounds, missed shots, not getting back on defense. that drains the energy of the team. So that's the one thing about Reggie Jackson I've always been critical of. Yes, he helped us in the playoffs in 2021. Yes, he helped us last year with the absence of Kawhi and PG for most of the season. But I also seen there was a bunch of times where he somehow took us out the game because of the lack of defense and his lack of focus and just coming out there which is I don't care attitude. Right? That's one thing I've been very critical about Reggie at times. Y'all know what I'm saying? But Reggie's been stepping up the last couple games, so I'll give him credit. Norman Powell's been, out of his slump. Shout out to one of the supporters, OC Love, who said this just last week on the Clipper Talk. He said he felt, and I agree with him, Norman Powell, he's trying so hard to feel like he belongs with this team that he sometimes forces, bad shots and bad turnovers, and it kind of takes him out and takes us out of our rhythm. Remember when he came on last season, I think Norman Powell had like a 27 or 29-point game out the gate when we played the Milwaukee Bucks' first game against the Bucks with the Clippers. Very aggressive player, very, very solid player, solid piece. But I think what he found out was when you're missing your easy shots, when you're not making shots you're supposed to make, take a step back and reevaluate what you're doing wrong, right? Because it's one thing to be aggressive, but you also have to be calculative and in your decision making. And I think when Norman Powell, he had a great game against the Lakers, our last game, and he had a good game against the Cleveland Cavaliers down the stretch of that game, which led our comeback. So I think the last two games has really been a booster for Norman Powell. We're gonna need him from here on out. So those two things change right there. And then I also want to say this. I won't say it changed completely. They're still on the fence about it. But John Wall, to me, again, when he's in the game, good things happen, right? When he's in the game, he's leading the charge on the break. He's getting people in their spots. And I think people are more comfortable with John Wall on the court. I'm not sure when they're going to start playing him back-to-backs, but when they do, that's when the Clippers are going to see their real potential, right? When you get John Wall full-time playing, right? He's going to have to be our starting point guard. I think that's just known. That has to be what it is. Once we get our full team back and everybody's healthy, John Wall has to be our starting point guard. So we have to continue to manage his minutes. We have to continue to stay focused on what the plan is and make sure he's good. But once he's set and ready to go, then he's ready to go. Terrance Mann, another person who I've been very, very high on since the playoffs in 2021. He's another piece. When he's in the game, great things happen, right? I think a lot of times with the Clippers, their problem is they look dead out there sometimes. I think they sometimes be going through their emotions and be over dribbling, being stagnant on the offense, not committing to the defensive end, and I think sometimes we lack that energy, right? So I think Terrance Mann is that guy to up boost the team, and his minutes went up this week. When they played the Cavs, his minutes were very heavy. When he played the Lakers, he had good minutes as well. So with him, we have to make sure that he's very, very active in the rotation too. He has to be in the second string. And I know it's a little tough because you got to decide when you want to play Luke, when you going to play T-Man. My thing is you have to determine the type of team you're playing up against. If you're playing up against a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, who has very, very dynamic guards, like a Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, you have to put in T-Man because he's going to be a person that's going to play excellent defense on Darius Garland, right, and Donovan Mitchell. So if you're playing up against a team like that, you have to find a way to, utilize him more in the game because he's their best perimeter defender next to Kawhi. I'll say even more than Paul George because I think PG, we have to put him more on offense. He can play defense at an elite level still, but I think we can use T-Man as more of a defensive player because that's really what he'll be. He doesn't need to score a bunch of points to make an impact. So I think I would want to use Terrance Mann against teams that have very high power offense. Now, a team that's very, very defensive oriented who can play defense, I will use Luke Kennard because you have to find a way to score points. Spread the floor out. Like a team like I don't know, maybe the Lakers. You can say the Lakers. Even when we played the Lakers this past Wednesday, they're a defensive team. And Luke Kennard, we need somebody that can spread the floor and shoot threes. So I think that's what, again, you're supposed to use Luke Kennard. And when we have to spread the floor, make shots, things of that nature, that's when you play Luke Kennard. So we have a lot of different matches we can use, which is a plus. So I like what we have on the roster. We have to just learn the lineups that we're going to use, right? But all those key factors is why we've been, winning. But the biggest factor comes to this guy right here, Paul George, man. Paul George has been unbelievable the last 5 games, ever since the Pelicans game, since he's been coming off sick, which I also have to give a somewhat of, some apology, because as hard as it was on Paul George, he actually was dealing with an illness before his return to the OKC game, where he was, in bed rest for I think 4 or 5 days, and the guy Tamar Al-Azari, the Clipper insider, spoke on it. He also reported that PG's been dealing with an illness, so that's why he's kind of been like in a slump. So after the Pelicans game, it seems he's been been pretty good. He's been okay, and he's been killing it, man. He's been doing his thing. So shout out to PG, Western Conference Player of the Week as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see the statistics right there. 33 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists per game. They have a 3-1 record just this past week. So he's been doing his thing, man. And it's ironic that the guy on the right is the guy who's going to be playing against him today. So very, very encouraging numbers by Paul George, man. I already said it many times. I think he can be the best player in the league if he just continues to, have that confidence, man. Top 5 player in the league, no doubt, if he has that confidence. So he has to continue to, want those big matchups against, like KD and against guys like, Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell and all those guys who, he has to go up against. Those are matchups he should want. And I think he's on that level right now. I think he's at that stage in his career where he's like, he'll take on any matchup. Right? So I want to give PG his credit and his props for what he did, because I know he's had to, hold the fort down for the most part. And we also have to give him a little bit of, empathy for that, because the plan was to be Kawhi be ready for this upcoming year and 100%. That's what we were hearing. So the fact that he's not ready is kind of like, okay, PG's kind of going through what he went through last year. And even before that, in the playoffs, where he had to carry the team as the number 1 option. So he's going to continuously do that, right? But I think he's just like, man, we cannot wait till we get our guy back. We can't wait till, he's come back on the court. And he's saying all the right things now. He's saying, we're going to hold the fort down, and I'm gonna take on the low and all that stuff. He's saying all the great things, the right things right now. But I know he's just waiting for Kawhi to come back, as we all are at this point. You know what I'm saying? All right. So shout out to Paul George, what he's doing, man. So Kawhi update. Okay, here it is. Here's the Kawhi update we got coming up right now. So it was reported that Kawhi actually been playing 5-on-5. He started playing 5-on-5 yesterday. I guess with some people from the staff, kind of similar to what PG did when he tore his UCL last year. You have to go through a process of, return back on the court. You have to go through, workouts. You have to go through, 1-on-1 drills, 2-on-2 drills, all that good stuff. And depending on your injury and the seriousness of it, determines the duration, how much time you spend on each aspect. Then you go from there. You go from 5-on-5. So that's where Kawhi is right now. He's playing 5-on-5 with people from the staff, I guess the coaches and things of that nature, who I actually know one of the coaches personally, one of the player development coaches. So he looked pretty good according to the coach. Didn't really show any, slowing down, no stiffness or nothing like that, which is will kind of make me confused because this is the same thing we heard before, like last season. He's not feeling any stiffness. He's not feeling no swollenness. He's not feeling bad. He's looking good. That's what we kept hearing all last season. And then Kawhi never came back. So I'm confused about a few things. Is it something where he's like feeling like stiffness, or is it swollen? Like which one is it? Because I heard from this one report this week that it was just he was feeling stiffness, and another report said it was like some swollenness there. So I don't know which one to believe, but if he's out there playing 5-on-5 and he's looking good, and they're letting him play up and down, then I have to kind of side with the stiffness part, because what I think initially, what I said is I feel the Clippers are being overly cautious with this injury. I feel like the Clippers right now are dealing with something where they're trying to be overprotective over their superstar player. And I said to myself, okay, yes, that's cool to have protection over your star player, but you also have to remember, in order for him to have some type of, to get back into shape and actually, have some chronology with the team, you're going to have to somehow put him out there and let him play at the end of the day. That's the only way you're going to get rid of the stiffness. If you have any surgery of any injury, you're going to have stiffness on that point, that joint. I understand you probably can't play back-to-backs like you did with John Wall, but my gosh, he's missed I think 7 games straight. So I think, again, it's just them being overly cautious with this injury because they have him playing 5-on-5 right now. How you doing, Miss Davis? Y'all hit that like button for the team, man. Y'all hit that like button. But yeah, that's what we have with Kawhi right now. It's just he's playing 5-on-5. He's playing with the coaches right now. I think they're going to continuously do that. He's going to be out today against the Brooklyn Nets, and it's probably going to be within the next week or two. He'll be back on the court. Now, just last season, for those who remember, Marcus Morris went through the same situation as Kawhi, almost pretty much identical. In the 2021 playoffs, if y'all remember, Marcus Morris was dealing with injuries as well in that Phoenix Suns series. If y'all remember that, he was dealing with Phoenix. He was doing injuries with that knee in the Phoenix Suns series. He was not 100%. Right? He takes the summer off. Right? Takes the summer off from, playing, all that good stuff. He comes back, training camp, practice, all that stuff before the season starts. He plays the first 2 games of the 21-22 season, and he ends up not feeling right. Feeling right still the first 2 games of the season. I think he played against the Warriors. I think he played another home game. I forgot the team they played him against, but he played 2 straight games, and then he shut it down. They shut him down for a month, right? They shut him down for a month. And after that month, I was wondering where Marcus Morris at. And they basically sidelined him for a full month, an entire month, to let that knee heal just for a longer period of time instead of this whole day-to-day thing. So I think that's a route that might happen with Kawhi while they've been keeping him out so long, is because instead of just doing the whole, okay, we'll let him back in in a few days or a few games, they're probably going through the route we're just going to have him out for a full, 2-3 weeks, month, whatever, and then let him come back, because Marcus Morris didn't feel any type of knee discomfort since he let that muscle here for a month, right? So that could be a route that the Clippers are taking. But my thing is, I just wish the Clippers were more transparent and more direct and just saying, okay, we're going to leave him out for this period of time, unless they just really don't know the times when they want to use. Yeah, it's frustrating not seeing him play, and it's frustrating not knowing when he's coming back. Unless you don't know, or they don't have a timetable when he's going to come. And it's just I just think, again, everything with Kawhi with the Clippers is just overly cautious. Overly cautious. I mean, you can't even give us an estimate of when he's going to possibly return. So I think my estimate will probably be within the next week or two, he'll be back on the court playing. So it's no longer, he's not going to come back, or he's going to be, a long time to come back, because no, he's already playing 5-on-5. When PG was playing 5-on-5 with the coaches, he was like a week or two away removed from playing. So it's only be a matter of time before he's back on the court. But I just wish the Clippers, they just be more transparent with their injury history or with their plan. Right? I'm gonna let y'all come in here and see what y'all gotta say, and let me know what y'all think about this, man. With the whole Clippers, they got the Brooklyn Nets today, and I believe in about the next 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and what y'all think about Paul George? What y'all think about the rotations? What y'all think about the record, the team from here on out? And what y'all think about Kawhi? Let me, hear in the comment section, or let me hear y'all call in or text in or whatever, and hit that like button, share the video, comment, all that good stuff, man. Let's get this video out there, man. Salute to my man, Pagan 180. What's good, man? And I want them to be careful with PG because he played too many minutes. You know what, Miss Davis? That's a good point, because I don't think so I think PG feels good, but with the amount of depth that we have, I would like to see the minutes spread around a little bit more as well. I would like to see I would like to see Brandon Boston get some more minutes. I would like to see Terrance Mann get minutes. I'd like to see all of our guys, like 11 or 12 man rotation, get minutes, and let PG not play like all those minutes every single game, right? OC Love, what's good, brother?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Just waiting for the game. Listening to you.
What you got, man? What you think about today's game?
I think it's gonna be a tough one, but I think it's one we can get. You know what I mean? As long as we come out with that intensity we've been coming out with the last 5 games. You know what I mean? When we work back to starting slow and stuff like that, I think we'll be fine.
Okay. It's because the Nets are 5-7 right now. So, what you think is going to be tough about this game? You just think it's KD, or do you just think it's the team? What you think is going to make it tough?
I think it's mostly KD. We can't sometimes we got a tendency to not get out to the shooters. You know what I mean? So we don't want to let them get comfortable shooting. So I want us to sit down in a chair and make guys take tough shots.
Uh-huh. They gotta come out with that energy, man.
Right.
Definitely. Mark Mood, what's up, man?
What's up?
What your take? What you got for the game? What you thought about the show today? What's your take?
I believe is that the Nets are gonna win.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I believe the Nets have a better coach.
Who, Jack Vaughn?
I said the Nets have a better coach.
You said Jack Vaughn's a better coach than Ty Lue?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Bruce, what's good, man?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm great, man. Sorry I missed your message the other day.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't like to start like this, but Jack Vaughn is not better coach than Ty Lue.
Right.
Not even close.
I don't know where you got it from. Not even on the NBA 2K is a better coach. Okay. Yeah, I think the Clippers gonna win because they have a better team and a better coach, unlike what people say. And they have a better team, and Nets is mostly one guy. and the other guy I wanted to support at the start of the season, but he doesn't want it. I don't know if Australia is like this, but I don't understand. But Clippers supposed to win this game. They have a better bench, better teams. Right now, better shooters.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about what do you think about the team right now, the rotations, and do you think they're starting to find their rotations right now?
I don't think it matters. I mean, if they find it, it's gonna be disturbed when Kawhi comes back. At this point, I'm almost getting annoyed by the sitting down, injured stiffness. It's kind of getting annoying. So that's why I stay away from talking about the Clippers, because I might go off on Kawhi.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just more annoyed with the whole not giving us a timetable. Like, they just constantly be this day-to-day thing.
It's like the repeat of last year.
Yeah, it's like this day-to-day thing, man. It's too much.
I agree.
Too much. Oh, Africa, which I'm surprised you showed up here.
My guy.
He's
DJ.
done crying. He's done crying.
Pull Up Podcast. Shout out to the Pull Up Podcast. Shout out to everybody on the panel. You know what time it is. Straight out the motherland, no other land. You know what? You know what it is, BJ. You know what it is. The Los Angeles Clippers, they have not been impressive thus far. I have not been impressed, even against the win against the Lakers. Unimpressive, but they got the job done, playing average, and they still beat us because we trash. We trash. Let's get that over with. I don't want to hear nothing about LeBron James. I don't want to hear nothing about the Lakers. We bad. We ain't doing nothing this season, so it's all good on that level. But when it comes to the Clippers, Paul George cannot take you to where you want to go. So this season, no matter what happens in the regular season, depends on Kawhi load management Leonard. And you have to hope that he comes back not just good, not just all-star level, but all NBA top 5 Kawhi, or y'all ain't winning nothing. And so I don't want to see that, BJ, because we have seen the proof of way off P not being able to get it done when it counts the most in the playoffs against great teams. He has not taken his teams to the finals. And so I got to tell you this, BJ. It's all on Kawhi. Your team is based on Kawhi Leonard's health. And if he's not healthy and not playing at a top 5 level, all-time great Kawhi, the best he's been, or a similar level to that, y'all ain't doing nothing, man. I'm sad to say, bro. That's just what it is, man.
We also seen Paul George take a lesser team to the Western Conference Finals.
That ain't enough. Y'all gonna be happy with that? Is the Western Conference Finals a success, BJ?
No,
is that a success this
season? That's not what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said.
Yeah. So let's start first with your first claim. You said Kawhi has to be like a top 5 all-time player for them to get to the finals.
No, a top 5 player in the league. In the league is what I mean.
Okay.
All NBA first team Kawhi.
First off, I heard you on Showtime's channel said the Lakers gonna beat us.
I was feeling good that day. I woke up in the morning feeling good, BJ. What can you tell?
All nine times you felt good. The Clippers always beat their ass. You need to stop betting on the Lakers, man.
Stop all that capping.
But okay, so you said Kawhi gotta be top 5. Okay, I agree with that. Do you think he'll be top 5?
No, not because he's not talented enough. He's proven that, right? It's because of the load management, the infinite timetable on his return, and he came back with the minutes restriction off the bench, showing the protection from the franchise. When he comes back, he's going to be on a similar minutes restriction, whether he comes off the bench or starts. And so when is he going to get going? After the All-Star break, and when is he going to start playing back-to-backs? Possibly not the whole regular season, and this ain't a league where you can just turn it up in the playoffs, BJ.
Well, okay.
It's paying me to say this, but I agree with you on Africa.
What part do you agree with, Bruce?
showing up, not playing enough basketball, and think that because of your talent you're gonna turn it on. You need reps, and
No, that's
when
definitely
when
true for
Kawhi
that.
when Kawhi played against the Lakers, I mean, I saw the talent, like the two shots when he hit his first two shots. I was like, wow, excited. But you could tell uh the reps were, I mean, his stamina was not there, and he was rusty, and he's gonna be rusty again when he comes back, if he comes back.
I agree. So that's why I think, and that's why I got on the Clippers medical staff. I said you can't keep him out. Eventually, the Clippers will find out. Okay, we need to let him just go through the rust, because what they should have did, and I don't know how bad this stiffness is, but if it's just where it's just coming off of a surgery, some type of stiffness, okay. When you've sat him out for eight,
Yeah, that's
9 games,
common
okay, like you
along
said, he's going to be rusty. He's going to be rusty when he comes back, so he has to work through the rust. But the good thing is, we're at the beginning of the season, so we're going to get to the All-Star break. That's enough time for him to get enough reps, get his stamina back, and be able to turn back into that player. So once he does, I'm asking Young Africa this. Once Kawhi does turn back to that player, do you got the Clippers coming out the West?
Once he does do that, and if he is an All NBA top 5 player, they'll make the conference finals and lose to the Golden State Warriors.
Have you seen the Warriors?
I know, but they're proven. It's a different
No, this
championship
this
team.
is different, man.
Hmm?
This is a different Warriors team. And really, last year they had injuries throughout the league that they benefited from as well. Jordan Poole looks bad, and I think I told somebody on this panel that Draymond Green thing, he's gonna mess up the whole Warriors team.
Hey.
Knock this swag out of him.
That's what's happening with that Warriors team. This ain't Warriors is not looking like they're gonna be a lock for the conference finals. If they go up against a Clippers team that's full strength, they got no chance.
I think the Warriors are
Oh boy.
They got no chance.
the Warriors are in trouble because Klay Thompson cannot accept that he's not the same player anymore. And when Barkley said it, he was. I mean, he hurts. I mean, I'm sure if I was a player, I would be hurt too. But it is correct. You're not the same player anymore. And Klay Thompson tried to prove that he's still the same player. You're not the same player anymore. You
Oh
have to adapt. And the bench, you cannot rely on Steph Curry to play so many minutes. He's gonna burn out. And the bench is not there. The youngins are not ready. The youngins are not ready, and that's why they're terrible on defense. And Poole takes that just because you were successful last year, you're gonna get the same defense. They're gonna go to the lab and study about you. They're gonna try to take away your best
Good point.
thing. So Poole thought that he was gonna get away with all those carry he was doing last year. You're not the same. I mean, they don't see you the same way anymore. You're at another level. You have to step up.
Yeah, he's not sneaking up on nobody no more.
Bro, those Warriors, the bench players, bro, like they're like Bruce said, they're not ready yet. The Clippers, they have bench players that have been in those positions that's ready for the big moment. And also, if it's an opportunity between Kawhi and Steph, who I'm taking in that series, Kawhi's been taking their lunch money since 2017. I'm rolling with Kawhi all day in a 7-game series.
Before
Bruce,
the
you know what I'm
season,
talking about. He's been taking their lunch money for years.
before the season, I would agree with you, but Kawhi has been like part-time player. He's not even part-time player now.
No, I'm saying no. I get that. I'm saying when he gets back to full form, he's full time.
Oh, okay.
Wait, he's been taking their money.
Okay, but how confident are you, BJ? That give us a percentage on him coming back and he's gonna be All NBA first team Kawhi. How confident are you?
99%.
Come on, man.
Why would I
Come
not
on.
be confident?
What?
Why would I not be confident? Because he's sitting out some more games, bro. Like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
this,
Because of that.
but you confident in Klay Thompson, who's been out longer, who's been back longer, and you
No.
say they because they're ready. and they've been like, you look at the glass
Champions.
half full for Golden State, but you look at the glass half empty.
Yes.
Why?
That's just because they proved it. They proved it in the playoffs. They proved it. The young players are come back. Wiggins is back. Kawhi has proved it, but the Clippers have not proved it.
No,
this collection of players,
Kawhi.
this team has not proved it.
Strictly Kawhi.
Well, Kawhi can't do it by himself, BJ. And if you ask him to do it by himself, he better be all NBA first team. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I doubt he's going to be that.
They have a good enough team around him. This is a better team than he won with Toronto. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're saying
it's a better league, though.
Himself. He's not going to be by himself.
It's a better league, though, at the same time.
Team around him. That's all he needs to be.
It's a better league as well because y'all most likely going to meet. If y'all make the finals, y'all most likely going to meet Boston or Milwaukee, and they're looking nice right now, right? And they can match you for height, they can match you for length, they can match you for depth, and so that's why I say it's tougher. So and then we come to the
but I still pick the Clippers at full strength.
Okay,
but you know why? Because
99%.
Kawhi's a better player than Giannis, full strength, and Paul George is a better player than Chris Middleton.
I mean, in the past, he was better than Giannis. I don't know about now.
Exactly. And that's the question mark, BJ. That's why you say 99%, BJ. I'm surprised at that. I would say an optimist, a realistic optimist will say maybe like a 50-50 situation right now. That's being optimistic. Yeah, but the percentages say he's not going to go back and be first time All NBA, first team All NBA, coming back halfway through the season.
That's a pessimistic person.
That's that's realistic, bro. That's realistic.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Optimistic, I give you 65-70, man. But come on, 99, BJ, guaranteed. You just gonna come back and just blaze the league like that, BJ? I don't know, man.
He has a full season. He's gonna be rehabbing. He's already ramping up.
16 months,
back full strength, bro. He's gonna come back full strength.
He's been rehabbing, wrapping up for like months.
17 months now, man. Come on, BJ. And you going through an ACL, doesn't it show the degenerative issues that they've been talking about Kawhi and his knee and how it's not going to get better? This is going to be his career. Swelling's going to be normal for the rest of his career coming off the ACL. So
that's why I need to know how hurt he really is, because
that's my issue with him, man. Nothing, mystery, darkness. Come on, man.
Well, that's my point. I don't know how hurt he really is. He, for all we know, can be just. He might not even be hurt, and they just want to be extra. That's what I'm saying. He feels he can play. The Clippers medical staff is the one holding back. So I can't put so much pressure, more blame on him.
He's my number one. He's my number one issue.
He probably purposely sat out and said he's not going to play. He wants to be out there.
He's my number one issue with Kawhi. He takes his friends for granted. Just give us something. Just give us a nugget. Just say, hey, I'm not there yet. Whatever. Just be quiet. Darkness, mystery. It's really annoying, man.
But that to me,
you're the same one that said that if PG or somebody says it, you have to believe what he says.
But Kawhi hasn't said anything. And at the end of the day, my assumption is if they don't say anything, that leads me to conclude and assume that is worse than what they claim.
No, that's just how he's been his whole career, man.
That's what I mean.
This is like
he's always
pain tolerance. His pain tolerance has been low in his career, or he's always wanted to be close to 100% to be able to play. And so that's him. If he didn't come to the medical staff and say, hey, my knee is fine. There's a little swelling, but it's fine. I feel good. They let him play. A player of Kawhi's magnitude in the NBA, he can call his own shots, BJ. Come on. If he wants to really play and he suits up, they're not going to hold him back like that. Come on, man. Now, he's respectful of the staff and he says, okay. But if he just said, hell nah, and did a Kobe, I'm playing with this broken finger, it's all good. They're going to let him play. Come on, man.
Let's see what you going to say.
No, I disagree. With the how bad the Clippers want this championship, they wouldn't let him take no chances like that. They ain't letting Wall take chances. And he want to play.
I have to agree. I have to apologize to BJ for saying John Wall should not be the starter. I think John Wall should be the starter over Reggie Jackson.
Finally.
That's evident. I think that'll happen eventually, especially when Kawhi comes back. But right now, it looks like they're choosing the scoring punch over the playmaking right now, just to provide that scoring next to PG. But
no, they just
coming back to Kawhi,
slow like they do.
Time out. Why? Well, now I got a question for you in Africa. Why do we always create assumptions when the coach has visibly said what it is?
Right.
Hold on. Ty Lue visibly said, we want to be cautious, make sure we're doing right by him. Even though he wanted to play, we just thought it wasn't smart. Coach Ty Lue said before the tip-off at Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. He can be mad at us if he wants to, but just not smart right now. That right there tells me what it is. And that right there would be like, okay, this is on them. It's not on Kawhi. He's not saying, I don't understand why people think he don't want to play or he's trying to say
narrative.
That doesn't make no sense.
Because I'm skeptical of authority, right? That's just how I live life. And when it comes to franchises, I've seen franchises lie to protect their stars, right? If they come out, look at this. Listen to my scenario. Kawhi. Yeah, I mean the NBA, Bruce. But look at my scenario. Kawhi. Let's say my scenario happened. Kawhi comes to the medical staff and he says, my knee hurting. It don't feel good. I don't like the pain in it. And this is just normal for someone coming off of ACL. It ain't nothing bad, right? The worst case could be it's a degenerative issue and it's not getting better and it's getting worse while he's taking that impact, right? But my scenario, he goes to the medical staff. He says he's hurt. They say, okay. They go look into it. It could be even worse than what they claim, or it could be a cartilage issue. It could be many issues, right? So they say and come out to the media because they know if they come out with this information, it's going to make Kawhi look bad. It's going to make him look vulnerable. Vulnerability in a league of beasts and killers, they can't do that. So they come out and come ahead of that shit, spin cycle, and say Kawhi wants to play, but we the ones holding him back. We the ones. Why? It takes the heat off Kawhi. That's why, man. How is that not a plausible scenario, my brother? How is that not a plausible scenario?
That's a conspiracy theory to the T. Go ahead, OC.
Why is that not realistic, man? Well, why can't we believe that a franchise will protect their star player though? Why not?
They are protecting their star player. You just don't want to believe it. You want to jump to, okay, yeah, the coach said this, but what about this? What if they're actually trying to hide it and Kawhi really doesn't want? That's why I said, you're saying in a nutshell, Kawhi doesn't want to play.
He hurt. No, not because he don't want to. He just hurt. Yeah, he hurt. I'm not saying he faked it and know that he hurt.
No, I'm saying, okay, well, check this out then. Let's just go with your theory. Do you think Kawhi would be coming to games as frequently as he is if he was actually playing it safe and actually can show his face around his teammates? Because I've been in locker rooms, and if my teammates knew, and I'm pretty sure he talks to his teammates, and they know what, if he was doing this, they would know what the deal is. Do you think his teammates will look at him kind of like in a side eye way? Like he can just show his face at games like that comfortably? I don't think he would be around if he was doing what you're saying he's doing, and that's telling the team, hey, I don't think I'm ready to play right now, and I'm just going to milk this injury. I don't think he would show his face at games, bro. So obviously I think that what the quote Ty Lue said is they are the ones who doing it, just like John Wall, like OC just said. I don't understand why they got John Wall out these games because he wasn't even hurt last year, but that just shows me what the Clippers staff is. They protect their assets to a fault.
To a fault, yep.
To a fault, and that's what got me so annoyed with them. So it's not crazy to think that they're doing this to Kawhi too. That's probably the most logical because that's their golden goose.
Shit, they held Luke with just a fucking chest tightness.
Yeah, I mean, look at Klay Thompson. They still don't imagine Klay Thompson, man. Like,
yeah, he came off two devastating injuries though. That's a little Achilles and an ACL. That's a little different. But and he's not the athlete in terms of athleticism that Kawhi is, right? And so let's look at Kawhi. In his career, He's always been on the safer side of injuries, no matter if it was in San Antonio or the Clippers, right? He played through it in Toronto, and he won a championship. And that's the question: if can he play? Would he be playing right now if it was the playoffs? Do you think that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
That's
it would be.
interesting.
It would
Everything will be revealed, but my doubt is not on the man. I don't wish nothing bad upon any man when it comes to Kawhi. I wish the best for him. I hope he's healthy because I want to see the best versus the best, right? At full strength. That's what I want to see. That's the most entertaining. And so when it comes to Kawhi, my doubt is that he's going to come back and be all first team NBA level Kawhi. That's my only doubt. You need reps, and how do you get better off of ACL? You know, BJ. It ain't gonna feel any better unless you get through that tightness, unless you get through that swelling, unless you play and actually push through the pain. The pain will always be there unless you push through that. And so better sooner than later, bro.
Well, anybody got something to respond to that?
Yeah, but it's the coaching staff that's keeping them from doing that.
medical.
But why? So why are they keeping him from doing that?
Yeah,
What's the
medical
issue?
staff.
What's the issue?
They
We don't know,
extra
right?
cautious.
Because
Swelling,
last
tightness.
year, because he missed last year. Because he missed last year. That's why.
But it's been like 16, 17, almost 18 months now. Like what we doing, man? This is
That's
an old pro. This is a
That's
a
the issue.
high level athlete with the best medicine, best medical staff, best surgeons in the world. What's up?
Bro, it's very simple. Well, you just said it's been 15 months, but he came back. He came back and tested that knee out. And obviously there was stiffness there. And at the beginning, see, like I said, with Marcus Morris, they did the same
Facts.
thing. They tested Marcus Morris out for 2 games last season. And obviously it wasn't 100% because remember, and OC and Bruce maybe noticed, Marcus Morris had trouble in that Phoenix series in the 2021 playoffs where he wasn't 100%. He comes back the next season, tries to play 2 games. He doesn't feel right. He sits out for a full month and comes back and he has that knee injury since. So that's why I think they're taking the route with Kawhi. But the whole him like not being 100% and all this, man, like there's nothing that says that's part that can be the answer. And when he doesn't want to play, Kawhi makes it very known, like he did in San Antonio. He got that backlash that he ain't playing. He don't care what he gets from the media. If he doesn't feel right, trust me, Kawhi will find a way. Somebody will say it for him. He doesn't feel right to play.
I think Kawhi is gonna play after All-Star break.
I think he'll be for that.
He'll be back.
30 games? You're gonna be out for
back in
30
2
games,
weeks.
Bruce? Damn.
He'll be back. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
I will not be shocked.
Wow.
He'll be back in 2 weeks.
Hey, so my
wouldn't say
question
I'll
to
be-
you, BJ.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
go
say
ahead, bro.
I wouldn't say I'd be shocked, Bruce, but I don't think I agree with that.
Okay, we'll see.
We will.
So BJ, my question to you is, if Kawhi comes back, right, and he's evidently hurt and he's playing like one-legged Kawhi like in Toronto series, yeah, and he's not the same guy, can PG be that number 1 guy with Kawhi as the second guy on the team and y'all can go to the finals?
Absolutely.
Ooh,
It
really?
depends. I think, and this is very interesting. I said this, and I think I said this last week. I said, I think PG's problem is that no one's told him that he can be the best player in the league. No one's told him that he can be a top 5 player. You look at PG and Kawhi. What can PG do that Kawhi can't do?
I would
What
say
does
Kawhi
PG
hasn't
do?
got the handling of PG. He hasn't got the playmaking of PG. PG is a more polished, more aesthetically pleasing offensive player.
PG has more turnovers. His mental is not as Kawhi level.
Now that's true.
That's the only thing I really see. I see essentially the same play. I actually see a guy in PG who has more upside to his game, who has more talent to his game. But it's just the mental part. So that's the only question. I seen PG go up against LeBron. Took him 7 games, his 3rd season of his career.
His shot selection is not good too. PG's shot selection is
Well, yeah, but I'm saying as far as his skills, his talents, all that. I mean, you can. It's just there with Kawhi. It's just the mental part that Kawhi has over him. So if you asking me, can he take us to the final? It's a conversation. Hell, he took us to the conference finals just a year before. So
I said the finals.
No,
We
no,
heard
I'm
what you
saying
said.
it's a conversation. It's a
Okay.
conversation because he took the Suns to 6 games. And remember, if Ivica Zubac was out for 2 games, Serge Ibaka was out, Marcus Morris was hurt, the Suns, it took them everything to beat the Clippers in that series.
I think the West is gettable this year. It's worse this year than last year.
It doesn't look
Because
as good as I thought. That's true. It's not as good as we thought. Yeah.
Timberwolves made a stupid
Yep.
mistake getting
I
Gobert.
knew that was a mistake.
Yeah, I knew that was a mistake because you got 2 guys in Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns who are, yeah.
And Chris Paul is already injury thing. And then they lost Cam Johnson for a while. And
That was messed up.
I mean, the West is gettable because the Warriors bench is horrible.
Well, let me ask you all, and let me say this one thing about. Let me go back to Kawhi for a second, because Young Africa said something interesting. He said, Bruce said that he can be All-Star break. I say in 2 weeks. If you're playing 5-on-5, if you're playing 5-on-5 already with the coaching staff, you're already pretty much on the last step before actually return on court. The next step is going to be with him practicing with the team. And then it's going to be him playing on it, like what PG did last season. When he started, wrapping up, he went from the 5-on-5 with the coaching staff to playing with the team and then actually get on the court. My only thing is when are the Clippers going to allow Kawhi to push through it? When are they going to allow him to just go and push through the discomfort and push through it? When are they going to allow that? That's my only question.
That's on the man. That's on the man. If he stays quiet, right, and he comes back and he feels that soreness and tightness, but feels like he can play like you say, and I'm gonna ride with that, then he keeps quiet, says I feel great every morning, and he keeps playing. How can they measure his soreness? How can they measure his pain? They cannot outside of what he say. And so if he says I'm good, then he good.
So what you think Kawhi said? You think he just went and just sung to the coaching staff, said, "Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, my knee."
That's what
That what happened?
his conspiracy theory. That's what
Hey, something like that. But it was definitely exhibiting symptoms. Definitely.
crazy, man.
Get out of here. He didn't do that. He said, "Man, listen, I'm feel good, but I feel a little bit of stiffness here." Oh, send him back to LA.
Nope. Yeah, exactly.
Send him back to LA. Come on.
That's what they did.
That's what happened.
They sent him back
I know,
to LA.
but just off general soreness, if that's what it is, and we hoping this is the best case scenario, that is just natural soreness from playing the grueling NBA season or multiple games in a week. Because this is the issue, right? You're talking about 5-on-5, you're talking about he ready. Ain't nothing prepare you for playing back-to-back games, for playing 4 games in 1 week, or playing 3 games in 1 week if you take a back-to-back off. And so nothing can prepare you for that. All them 5-on-5s ain't preparing you for that, BJ. You know that better than me. And so that's what the issue is for me, man. Can he come back and can he be that guy in a league full of young ballers right now, man? It's tough. It ain't the same league, man.
Go ahead, OC.
Yeah, man. I mean, like BJ said, man, he already ramping up. It just a couple weeks, man. If the max, I think.
I hope so, man. But BJ, once again, you feel like I hope so. I really do, man. I really do. I wish nothing bad on the man, man. I want to see that one of the best. I don't want to be right. More, I want to actually be wrong, man. I ain't egotistical. I'd rather be wrong and see the man balling. I'd rather be wrong and see the man balling, man, because that's the best for the league, best for me watching the game. But once again, BJ, I didn't get a clear-cut answer from you. Can PG be that number 1 guy? And if Kawhi isn't that guy and he comes back, which I feel like is more likely, he's going to be all-star level guy instead of all NBA. When he comes back, if he isn't that guy, can PG be the first guy on a championship team.
Well, I believe he's already done it. It's just going to be a matter of those role players coming up and stepping up for him. If the Reggie Jacksons, if the Norman Powells, if the John Walls, if the Marcus Morrises, if the Terrance Manns, the Visca Zubac's, the Amir Coffees, these players step up for him to an elite level. I mean, OC, do we not call them the deepest team in the league?
Yep.
So,
y'all still feel like that?
Yeah, we do.
I still feel like that, but at times it doesn't look like that. But I still, if you look on the paper and what they have, the capabilities and abilities they have, tell me a team that's even deeper. It's not the Warriors.
Right now, I say Boston is deeper than you guys. Boston is deep.
I don't think Boston's deeper.
I don't know about that.
Boston is deeper, definitely.
So
they're 6 men off the bench.
You think
they're doing all this?
Or Paul George?
I do. Yes, I do. I think that's clear cut right now. I think that's clear cut right now. He one of the top MVP candidates. I don't hear Paul George in that discussion. And we're talking about right now. And then we talk about their roster, right? They got Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. That's better than any of your bench players. They got Robert Williams at center, and he hasn't even played this season. You know, come on, man. That's a nice looking team. Derek White is gonna slide to the bench when Jason Tatum. When Robert Williams comes back. Ooh, that's a nice team. Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. What? Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White.
You think Tatum? Well, first of all, I don't think Boston's going to last because they lost their coach. I don't think
they're playing well though.
Mentally ready. Once because they lost their defensive ace, and I don't think Tatum's better than PG.
Nope.
I would not take Jason Tatum over Paul George.
Yes, not yet.
No,
he's a 6'11" Paul George, younger, faster, stronger, more athletic.
Faster, stronger. Wait a minute. You say faster and stronger and more. How would you know that?
Yeah, because I watched the games, BJ.
How would that tell you he's faster
how you know
and stronger?
He's faster though? How could you know he's faster than you just going by age?
Oh, not just age, their games, bro. He got a quicker first step. Paul George is slick. He just 32, man. This young boy is fast, bro. He got a quicker first step. He can create off the dribble. The man is 6'10", 6'11". Like what are we talking about, man? He shot is less blockable. Hey, Paul George has a nicer handle, right?
They roughly the same height.
Roughly, come on, man. This man is 6'10".
Exactly.
Right? Come on.
Tatum is more athletic?
Yes, I did say that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did say that. We ain't talking about Indiana Paul George now. Come on. I don't know if y'all
even this Paul George. Even this Paul George here.
It's
PG's doing 360s in the air, bro.
When's the last time he did a 360? Come on, PG.
He did a 360 this season.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. I don't understand how you can say he's more. I think what you're going off is just generally what it usually will be, but you're not actually saying Tatum versus Paul. Like the way Jason Tatum looked against the Warriors last year, they would have never clamped Paul George like that.
Disappeared.
Hey, first off, Paul George never took his team to the finals, so we don't know what Paul George looked like in the finals against a finals team.
Wait, hold on. He's played the Warriors. He's played LeBron. He's played better competition, and he's actually looked better than what Tatum looked. And there's no way, again, Tatum, while I watch him play, he's very, very predictable with his ball handling.
He has that same mentality of block that Paul George has.
Yeah, and I told you this too. I think it was you. I forgot with somebody else. I said Jimmy Butler was better than him.
Than Jason Tatum?
He was better than Jason Tatum. I said Jimmy Butler's better than him.
Yeah, you're looking wrong for that right now. Come on, man.
No, I'm not. Because again, you can look like you say with PG in the season, and I don't know how you just said he's not in the MVP discussion. When he just played the week last week, right. He was just playing the week last week, and this week he's doing the same thing he did last week and playing against better competition. And he beat Donovan Mitchell's team, the team that Jason Tatum lost to twice.
Come on, man. They got a 9-3 record right now. Jason Tatum is leading with Giannis leading the MVP discussion. So like, come
No,
on, and then
man.
there's a big gap,
What?
and then there's a big gap, and then there's everybody else, man. Come on.
Dude, Luka Doncic is in front of Jason Tatum. What do you mean?
No, he ain't, bro. Come on.
Yes,
man.
he is.
Don't
If you
get
look
fooled
at
by
what
the
Luka
numbers
Doncic
and
is
the
doing with
usage.
Mavericks,
No,
it's Luka and Giannis on top, and then
LeBron,
everybody
No.
else.
don't get fooled by the numbers.
Bro, I think
don't get fooled by the numbers.
Donovan Mitchell to me is more ahead of Jason Tatum.
That's usage numbers, bro. He gets the ball literally 90% of the game, bro. Come on, man. That's
No,
usage
I
LeBron
numbers.
said
fans
Donovan
saying, don't get
Mitchell.
fooled by the numbers.
Donovan Mitchell is ahead of Jason Tatum right now. in the
Donovan
NBA.
Mitchell, come on.
He beat him twice.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell been balling.
He beat him twice.
I no
already.
doubt he been balling. He's an all-star level player right now. But come
Bro,
on,
he
man.
just beat Jason Tatum twice head to
He
head.
MVP candidate right now.
And they
Hey,
have
understand.
I think they have the second best record in the East.
Understand that he's doing this without his starting center,
They
one of the
tied
best
for it,
centers
yeah.
in the league, Robert Williams, bro. They're doing this without Robert Williams. Come on, man.
So who's better, Robert Williams or Darius Garland?
That's an
That's not
interesting
even
question.
a question. That's not even a
That's
question.
that's an interesting
One guy's
question.
an all-star, the other one's not. Donovan Mitchell
Yeah,
led his team.
Darius Garland is nice. He's nice. He's very nice, man. It's hard to measure centers and point guards and their impact, right? It's hard to measure the impacts of centers and point guards,
No,
man.
stop.
Hey, he's very. Hey, let me say it like this then. They're both vital to their teams. What they provide for their teams, they're vital. I give you Darius Garland. I give you that. Okay.
Yeah, I just
It's all
think
good.
because
One-
Darius Garland can lead his team. Can Robert Williams lead his own team?
Does a center lead a team? Come on, PJ.
No, but I'm saying, do you look and say, well, Robert Williams is an all-star?
Oh, he has a potential all-star level player. He is.
When?
He is.
When?
Well, when he gets healthy, if he has a healthy season and he plays up to his level, then he can be an all-star. Definitely. I see all-star.
That's cap.
You don't see all-star in Robert Williams? Come on, man.
No,
Keep it
no, I
100,
don't see
bro.
I see
all-star.
good. I
see
see
a
good
great
piece to a good
contender.
team. That's all I see.
Right. I
That's all I
see maximum Tyson Chandler type player.
Oh, that's the defensive player of the year. That's an all-NBA kind of
but
guy.
not an
That's what it sounds
all-star.
like. All-star is for the flashiness and stuff. But okay.
But that's what you was talking about.
Yeah, okay. I still see all-star in his potential, man. I see that.
He don't have
That's
an
all good.
offensive. He don't have an offensive package though.
Hey, he can hit the mid-range jumper. He got a lot of scorers on his team. He can hit the mid-range jumper. He can
No,
catch
he
the
can't.
lobs.
Not consistent.
He can do that.
Not
They're
consistent.
roasting you
No,
in the
he cannot.
comments, Young Africa.
Oh yeah, you know what it is. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love.
This dude, you said, Young Africa, you're digging your own grave.
Hey, man told me that he hasn't got an. Does Jared Allen have an offensive package? He made the All-Star team last year.
Yeah, Jared Allen, I think he's a better player than Robert Williams.
No, I say they right there. They're a similar player, bro. They're on the same level, bro.
No,
Don't.
no. Jared Allen.
I think
got
Jared
an
Allen
actual
does more for his
offensive
team.
package.
No.
It's
No.
a small one, but he got one.
Yeah. It's all good. I feel like they're a similar player, but my point was that he's very important to the team, right? And so when it comes to Robert Williams, he's also very important. And so we're going to see. But at the end of the day, right, when it comes down to the depth of the Clippers, which was the source of the conversation, the depth is not looking solid right now. Y'all have very similar 6'8" players, a lot of similar players. You got Batum, Covington, Mann. They're all very similar players, huh?
No, I'm gonna drop the link. Randall said he
Amir Coffey, and so it's gonna be interesting to see who gets minutes when it comes down to the later in the season and the playoffs, where the rotation gets shortened. Who's gonna be left out? Norman Powell, you got Terrance Mann, you got Nicholas Batum, you got Amir Coffey, Robert Covington. Robert Covington's the one that's being left out right now, and so it's going to be interesting to see.
It won't matter.
How
It
it goes.
won't matter who's left out because everybody's happy for each other.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
The Clippers got too much depth. That's why I'm not understanding when you say the Celtics have more depth than us. I think people weren't really talking about the Celtics until the playoffs really hit. Nobody's really even mentioning the Celtics.
They were the best
mentioning
team.
Robert Williams.
They were the best team after the All-Star break. They were clearly the best team.
They were
They
one of
stepped
the
up.
best teams.
But everybody
One of
was
the
talking
best
about
teams.
Milwaukee, Miami, Philly. They weren't talking about Boston.
Yeah, but Boston being right there for many seasons now. So that
was.
was a natural evolution to for them to make the finals after making multiple conference finals. And so they're looking nice, and they're gonna be contenders for many years to come. And so they're looking nice, man. Boston looking like the nicest team in the league right now, not just for right now, but for the future. But I feel like y'all a little too confident. And are y'all worried at all at this Kawhi situation at your team? Are y'all worried at all? What's the worry meter on right now?
Why do you see? I know what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do is trying to throw us off because he knows what the Clippers are going to be when Kawhi comes back. That's what
I don't know. I actually don't know, BJ. I hope y'all good because I don't want to hear no excuses this year, right? So I hope y'all good. I don't want to hear Kawhi wasn't all that, this and that. PG had to carry the load. The guys didn't step up. You know, I don't want to hear that. I want to see y'all at full strength. I don't want to hear no excuses, man, because y'all got to get it done. It's championship or bust. It ain't no finals appearance, championship or bust. And so I want to see y'all at full strength. Believe me when I say that. I want to see Kawhi come back and be healthy and balling. I want to see that. So that they're tested against the best teams. But I just want to know if y'all worried or not. You know what I mean? Ain't no worries.
I'm just annoyed. I'm not really worried. I'm annoyed. So I know what they're doing.
Same.
I know what they're trying to do, and it's just like Bruce said. He said it's annoying. I'm not worried. Oh, Kawhi is not going to come back, or Kawhi is never going to be 100%. I'm just like, I'm more so annoyed with the whole process because it's getting to a point like, yo, we ain't going to ever develop no chemistry unless our top dog is there and he's playing with our guys. That's the only way we're going to develop that chemistry.
Same here.
Brando, what's good, man?
What's good, man? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, man. What's good? What you got to take?
So, with the depth of the Clippers, it's not showing right now precisely, but the deeper a team is, the longer it takes to get that gel, that glue, to get it going. A good example is the Mavs back when they had Jason Kidd. They had, they were deep, but they didn't look good all till the playoffs started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's what it is. I mean, not too many teams are going to have a John Wall that looks like John Wall coming off the bench.
Malcolm Brogdon. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's nice.
Okay.
But I just don't think they're as deep as the Celtics or the Clippers.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I think if we look at some of these teams, like let's say Celtics last year, we wouldn't be having a conversation about Celtics.
All right.
Brando was cooking. Brando was cooking.
Right.
Brando, you cut off, Brando. You on mute? What happened, man?
No, I think it's his mic.
Oh, okay.
But he was.
You know what?
Go ahead.
He was cooking, you think? What was he cooking on, BJ?
The time of the depth, because the depth is there. The players are there, so it ain't going nowhere. All it is just getting the right rotations in, and then when everybody's playing, then you're going to see a team that's like, okay, well, damn, that's what happened. That's when the switch turned. That's why a lot of times teams turn on after the All-Star break, because they finally settle in until they're who they really are. So it's kind of hard to see the depth when all the depth ain't there, when your best player ain't there who's in and out, when John Wall is getting on minutes restrictions, when you have guys who are not fully in their full roles. It's hard to see the actual depth.
Right, like Stephen, not Stephen A, but Kenny the Jet Smith says all the time, like when you have a player like Kawhi out, when he comes back, he puts everybody in their natural role. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So everybody slots over to their natural role when he comes back.
Well, there's just a lot of. You guys can hear me, right?
We can hear you now.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. This is my first time on a podcast. It's kind of cool. Yeah, but I mean, there's certain teams out there that are getting all this credit that maybe they wouldn't be getting if some of these teams were healthy. Like for instance, the Phoenix Suns in the first round beat the Lakers when AD went out, right? We wouldn't
Mm.
be talking about Phoenix Suns if AD played because I truly believe that the Lakers would win that series.
Oh, me
That'd
too.
be
You
a
talking about
first.
the glory days, my brother? Me too. Me too. Damn.
We know you would
And
say
then
that.
and
Yeah.
then they beat the Nuggets, but without Murray, you had Murray. It might be a 50-50. I mean, I don't know too much about the Nuggets and how they would operate with Murray against the Suns, but I do know if you go to the Western Conference Finals versus the Clippers, you had Kawhi's 30 points per game, his 57% field goal, and his elite defense. You can go ahead and wipe away that 1 point win, that 4 point win, and that 6 point win, and it's a sweep. We wouldn't be talking about certain teams. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I hear you. You know what? And I like the Clippers, man. Let me give a shout out to the Clippers. Let me say something positive about the Clippers, right? I've been impressed, and I feel like the second best player in your season has been Zubac. I've been impressed with Zubac, man. Zubac is
Yeah,
balling.
Zubac been balling.
Zubac
About
has stepped up. He's turned into an elite rim protector. He's grabbing them boards. And so I've been very impressed with Zubac. It feels like he's become mature and he understands his role in the team and what he has to do and bring that intensity. And so I didn't know Zubac had that in him. If we did know that, Lakers wouldn't have just gave him up for nothing. Ridiculous call on that. And so shout out
Thank
to
you.
Zubac, man. Shout out to Zubac. Because really he beat us, bro, with these boards, and he got like 18 rebounds and gave y'all all them second chance points. Zubac has been stepping up, being the second best player on the team this season, man. So shout out to Zubac.
He been the most consistent player.
Yeah,
I think
so.
it's because the coaching staff really trust him and are giving him his due time. Because back when they had Doc Rivers, I mean, there was no excuse for that. You'd be running small ball with Trez. That just wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So obviously, it was a little bit younger as well, but I think maybe with repetition and the time that he's been given, and he's gaining trust with the coaching staff, he's gaining trust with the players. I think it's all coming together for him.
Right, and he's been
I
an
think
Iron Man.
Trez, that was the best thing we could do was get rid of him.
Yeah,
Because I think he messed up a lot of the chemistry in the Clippers locker room.
yeah. Just the certain small ball lineups don't necessarily work all the time. A small ball lineup works when you have defensive players and you have, let's say, even a top five like Curry. That small ball lineups don't work for every team. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. Everyone's trying to go small, but if you ain't got the defense like with a Draymond who can be smaller but still play big, it wouldn't matter. If you have an offensive center like let's say homeboy
Morris.
from Bulls, yeah, like Bulls center. I mean, that guy is trash on defense, but
Right.
on offense, that's all you're good at. Well, if he was strictly defense, they'd be a lot better. But I don't know.
So I was about to ask that. That's a great point, Brando, man. Why does Ty Lue, BJ, love playing small? He plays small often. Every game they go small at a certain point.
Some
I
of his
think-
personnel.
Yeah, I think personnel, and I think what he did in the playoffs in 2021, I think he's used that as an answer for almost everything you could say. I think that he's fell in love with that small ball with, leaving his Zubac out and going like with, a smaller lineup. Instead of having Zubac as the center, they have Robert Covington or Nicholas Batum, and then they'll have PG and Kawhi and Reggie or something like that.
Yeah, Marcus
He
Morris.
likes being able to switch everything.
Right. And it's like, switch everything. But the problem is again, like what Brando said, is if you don't have defensive guys on the perimeter to play defense, all you're gonna do is the guard's gonna get into the paint and lob it right over right over Nicholas Batum's head or Robert Covington's head. So if you're gonna do small ball,
You better
you
sit
only
in the
do it in
chair.
two instances. You do it when you playing great defense on the perimeter, or you're in a situation like if you play Luka, where he's just killing your center, where he's just demolishing your center on the pick and rolls.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. And they're all veterans too, So the coaching staff trusts veterans a little bit more than they trust these younger players.
Yeah, that's true because, and I've seen Ty Lue and many coaches, but Ty Lue specifically, he goes small too. When you guys got double digits down, and he's trying to speed the game up and get more possessions in the game and get the 3-ball going and speed the game up to get back in a game when y'all have been down by double digits. So I can understand that strategy. But why isn't Diabate getting minutes too? Diabate looked nice in the preseason, but he ain't getting no minutes at all. That's interesting.
I think like I said, there's so much depth. There's so many guys that can be playing. Like, I think Amir Coffey deserves more minutes. I think you can say Brandon Boston at times deserves more minutes. So it's like Ty's trying to find the right time and mix to use as many pieces as he can. So I think when they're like down in games, they're trying to keep their same seasoned guys in, and he's not really trusting of his rookies or second-year players or G League players or whatever. But there's so many guys that he deserves to play. Yeah. Yo, the game's finna start, though, man. Let's get these last comments and last talks in, man, before we end this live.
For sure. I'm excited about the game, and I'm excited about the UFC event tonight. So I got my night planned.
So, Brando, you a Clipper fan? You from LA, or how you become a Clipper?
Nah, believe it or not, man, I'm a Bulls fan, but I my favorite player, Kawhi Leonard, hands down. He's the closest thing to me, to Michael Jordan, to Kobe. I mean, there ain't too many players out there gonna be, doing what he's doing on the offensive and defensive end while not hurting the team with the field goal percentage. It's not too many like that, and that's why I don't know. I kind of fell in love with watching the Clipper games.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
Final comment.
Oh, go on, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Brando. My bad.
Yeah, I said unfortunately my Bulls to me are not a contender no matter how well they play. They're talent wise it's not up to par,
I was high on the Bulls, man. Yeah, y'all are lucky Lonzo Ball is out. He would definitely be the guy that y'all need him. But yeah, I was high on the Bulls. Y'all got a very talented team with Lonzo Ball in there. It's just y'all ain't being healthy, man. It's unlucky.
Well, and the trades that we got rid of, man, would have been real nice right now.
Oh, you don't like Vucevic? I think Vucevic is one of the. Okay.
I'd prefer a DeAndre Ayton if I could. Like,
Okay.
I'm not a Suns fan by any means, but I'd prefer a defensive, a guy that is a help defender and that makes other players better on the defensive end. I like that. I'm all defense, man. That's what it's about for me.
What OC, what you got?
I'm just excited about the game, man. I appreciate coming on the podcast and talking to y'all guys. I appreciate y'all showing me love every time I come on. So it's all good.
For sure, man. Appreciate y'all coming in and sharing y'all knowledge of the game. Was always appreciated. Even Young Africa. By the way, what was all that about your man's backing out on the Kyrie Irving thing? What you think about that, man?
Hey,
what do you have to say about that?
That was a punk move, BJ. He should have stood on it and backed the man from the get-go. As I say, I'm a fan of a man inside the lines. I'm a fan of no man outside the game, and he didn't do the man right. Kyrie Irving, one of my favorite players in the league, he didn't do him right. He was wrong for that, BJ, saying the show. He was wrong for that. Okay.
I knew you stood on your square.
Yeah, man, I gotta keep it 100. But hey, final thoughts, man. Y'all, the game started. Brooklyn, KD 40 piece, Clippers L. Y'all gonna be salty, man. Showing that Paul George ain't on the level of Kevin Durant. Y'all gonna be salty. We gonna see. That's what the NBA is. A beautiful game, and everything's gonna play out. All the Kawhi things we talking about is gonna play out. But the Clippers, they're gonna lose tonight, man. They're gonna lose, but it's all love, bro.
Brooklyn
KD 40
nice.
piece.
Salute everybody.
But shout out to the panel, KD, man. OC Love, Brando, BJ. I appreciate the talk. I appreciate the platform. Pull up. So love, man.
All right, man.
All good. Thank you, guys.
Love.
All love. Have a good one, guys.
Yes, sir.
It was nice.
All right, man. So that concludes the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. I'm about to go ahead and check out this game, man. If you guys have not already, go ahead and subscribe, like, share our YouTube page, our Cash App right there. If you'd like to donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, it's $BJ Matthews, $BJ Matthews. Or you can go ahead and donate through our chat right in the bottom right-hand corner. Hit that button on the right-hand side, and you'll be able to donate that way. We always appreciate the love. Continue to share the podcast to your friends, all your basketball buddies, Clipper fans, all that good stuff. Comment, leave your comments, and you know what I'm saying, subscribe, all that good stuff. We respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull it out. Peace. Out of here like swim well.